Good afternoon, everyone, and thanks so much for joining us. My name is Katie George, and I'm the Senior Living Specialist for Kingsway Community. I'm pleased to be working today with my friend and colleague, AMRobinson, who is going to take some time to discuss with you when to consider moving to an assisted living residence. This is always a major decision for family and for residents. However, it seems to become a lot greater during this pandemic. So hopefully you'll get some good tips from this and some good ideas from Anne-Marie as she'll take you through, these next considerations. So without further ado, I turn it over to Anne-Marie.
Hello, everyone. I hope this day finds you safe and well. And today we're going to touch on a topic that can be a little bit overwhelming and confusing, and it's to determine when to make a move to assisted living. So it's one of the things that we try to educate people on to make sure that things go as smooth and as easy as it possibly can. So Kingsway Manor is our assisted living and our memory care center. And the goal of today's presentation is to share what assisted living can offer, have seniors in the most appropriate and safe setting and level of care, educate ourselves on what signs to look for when a move may be necessary, and learn how to make the process of making a move occur. What does assisted living mean to you? This is something that can be very individualized. And the reason for that is that it's going to depend on what you need. The biggest thing that always comes into play is assisted living is pursued when safety becomes an issue. But along those lines, not just safety is important. So what we want to do is provide this program as a resource. Perception versus reality. This is one of my favorite sayings. This we talk about because if I say the sky is purple, in my mind, the sky is purple. And no one is really going to convince me of that unless I can sort of be brought along in conversation to determine, is the sky really purple or is it a bluish purple? So it's scary to think about making a move. Remember, everybody that's in assisted living is going through this. You're not alone. Everyone has had to leave their home, whether it's the house you've been in for years or an apartment. I'm not like those people who need more help. Needing help doesn't mean that you're weak. It also means more that you're strong, because acknowledging that you may need a little help, things aren't going as well for you, is something that's only going to make the next chapter of your life more quality and more enjoyable. They don't do things like I do at home. This can also be defined by quality to your day. So the end goal can still be, they don't do things like I do when I make up my bed. That's an example of maybe it's a case of you're not making your bed, but we're making your bed. And you can teach us what you want it to look like. What assisted living can offer to you and your day. Remember, safety is always the first thing. In assisted living, you don't ever have to feel like you're alone because there's someone available 24 hours a day. Structure to your day. You know what your care is going to look like. You're going to get your meals taken care of. You're going to receive the activities that are going on. We're going to invite you to that. The joy to a day is sometimes a little bit structured, but it also just means you know how to plan your day so you're not having so much angst. Assistance with coordinating medical care, medical appointments, getting your medications. These type of things can be overwhelming. If you're the only person at home and your family is helping you with this, that takes up time for your family. It also takes up time for you worrying about it. At assisted living, the staff are there to assist with all those components. The ability to not worry about those mundane needs, laundry, housekeeping, changing the bed linens. I sometimes tease that, oh my God, I would love somebody to do my laundry and clean up my house. So again, all those things that we can help with means that you can use your time and energy for fun. Assisted living at Kingsway provides for assistance with medications, personal care, and nurses. The availability of these things is 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Meals are provided for. Now, in the pre-pandemic world, you had residents go to the dining room, you felt like you were in a restaurant. With the pandemic, things look different. Just like we're doing this presentation now, this looks different than if we would have invited you in, if you want to say, and to have this presentation. So right now, we still are cooking the meals, we're still accommodating diets, we're still bringing 2 snacks to you daily, but we're having people eat in their room. And on one hand, room service isn't a bad thing either. If you've gone away, room service has been a fun thing. So we're just trying to have a little fun with it too. Coordinating transportation for medical appointments. You don't have to worry about calling to make the arrangements. Who's going to go with me? We're able to do that for you. And then again, the social activities, the recreational programs. There are things that are scheduled and you are always invited to attend those and enjoy those, but we also look for input. Maybe there's something that's not on the calendar that you would like to see. There may be other residents who feel the same way. So some of the new programs that get on our calendar are really a result of the residents letting us know what they'd like to try differently. Assisted living in your community. Just because you live in assisted living doesn't mean that you lose contact with your church, your any clubs or civic organizations you belong to. Again, pre-pandemic, this was different. We still had residents going out to church. We still had people going out to monthly meetings like a VFW meeting. Unfortunately now, with the pandemic, the contact looks different. We're not able to go out, but we're doing more virtual meetings. We're doing more speakerphone conference calls, and the staff are there to help you with coordinating that. Again, along those lines, virtual connections like FaceTime and Skype, and safe window visits to visit with your family. These are things that at least you can lay eyes on them and they can lay eyes on you. That gives a real sense of comfort to both sides. FaceTime and Skype, the staff are here to do it for you. So you don't have to feel like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm never going to be able to do this. We're going to be able to set that up. The assisted living provides support, guidance, and safe connections for the medical appointments that are done now via telemedicine. The on-site services such as occupational therapy, physical therapy, x-rays, labs, those things come to you. You don't have to worry about going out to get your blood drawn. We're going to coordinate that. We're going to keep track of when labs are due, and we're going to be the ones that communicate to and from the doctor. Enhanced assisted living is something that Kingsway Manor has been licensed to provide since 2008. This is something that other facilities provide, and what it was meant to do and what it does allow is individuals to age in place so that you don't have to move on to a higher level of care. This is something that allows you to stay in the same room. You don't move to another unit. You don't move out of the building to a higher level of care. It allows us to take care of certain things, again, safely, and you would be considered receiving enhanced care. Each facility that provides for enhanced care is doing it for various reasons. So if you're exploring facilities and what they provide, and you ask, do you provide enhanced assisted living? They may say yes. That's good, but always ask, what types of things are your enhanced care? Every facility's license is for their own individual things that they decided to provide for. Again, with enhanced, safety is always the utmost importance. And as we go through this program, you're going to hear safety is always first. when you might need assisted living. This is something that can be a combination of just for assisted living, but you'll also hear a little bit later, it's also for memory care. So some of the things are the same as I'm going over them. You require assistance and reminders to take medications properly. You're not eating nutritious meals. You know, if you're getting your own meals at home, cooking for one person, or trying to get things done in a hurry because you're a daughter and you got to go on and do your 20 other things, nutritious meals can be a challenge. Sometimes we're doing things that are quick. So when you're either not eating well, you have a loss of appetite, or you're even showing weight loss, this could also mean it's time to think about making a move. You're isolating yourself. You're not enjoying the hobbies you once did. You're not engaging in your regular routine. You know, now I'm not getting showered, or I'm not getting washed up, and I'm not getting dressed. These things start to really be a sign that maybe it's time to have a discussion. Maybe we need to talk about where things are at now and how things can be better. Your appearance is more disheveled. You're not changing your clothes. You're not getting into the shower because you're worried about getting in the shower alone. And maybe you have home care, but they're only there 2 days a week. So how are you getting everything else done on those days that someone's not with you? You require more prompts to complete routine tasks. You've experienced a loss of mobility. You're starting to lose your strength. If you're at home and you're not going anywhere, you're walking around the house. That's true, but you're not keeping your strength and stamina going. So being able to walk in a facility that allows you to walk around, keep up your strength and stamina, and keep you safe from falling, again, that's something to think about. Making frequent trips to the ER, but you're not admitted. Unfortunately, it can be as a result of a fall, it can be panic, it can be anxiety, and you're going to and from the ER. Maybe having someone around just in case you have a question or need some reassurance, that's another way your day can be better. And then again, the household maintenance, whether it's of your home that's a house or your home that's an apartment. Things are piling up. Things are feeling like they're closing in. These are all signs that maybe it's time to think about it. Kingsway Memory Care Center has been licensed since 2010, and this is referred to as special needs licensing. This is a 20-room unit within our assisted living at Kingsway Manor that has specially trained staff to care for residents with dementia. It's a dedicated area. It's secure for residents, so you're still able to walk around and be safe. It allows you to go outside safely. There's a courtyard at our facility that residents can go in and out of. And you don't have to worry about, do I need to have somebody with me? I can't leave unless somebody's with me. This particular setup allows people to have a sense of control and also enjoy the outside. Again, assistance with medications and individualized assistance for someone's personal care needs is based on their cognition and their level of ability to do things themselves. We want people to stay as independent as they can. Again, the recreational and social programs. In the Memory Care Center, it's geared a little bit differently. There's still the recreation programs, but it is geared towards someone who maybe rather than do a 2-hour movie, they're going to watch a half-hour old-time TV show. Rather than an hour of bingo, maybe we do 20 minutes of bingo, if that's what you like to do. I always tease, if I'm in a facility, don't bring me to bingo because I'm not a bingo person, but make sure I get outside in the sunshine. Small groups with staff are tailored to the residents' needs or interests. We try to focus on retaining the individual's strengths and what they still have. What can they still do? We want them to feel purposeful even. Just because somebody might have memory loss doesn't mean they don't want to be purposeful. Programs are there to stimulate the mind and the body. and to help your day be filled with good things. And then again, rest periods are absolutely built into the day. If you want a nap, you can. If you want to just relax outside, you can. Kingsway Memory Care Center, to be in our memory care center, there are certain things the residents have to be able to do. They have to be able to walk independently, whether it's with a walker or a cane or anything like that. But you have to be able to get around independently. You have to be able to get yourself in and out of a chair, in and out of bed. If you couldn't do that on your own, and your doctor said, I want you to wait for help, if you are forgetful and you're not going to remember to wait, you're not safe. So again, these two things you have to be able to do in our memory care center. You have to be able to feed yourself, you have to accept care, and you have to make sure, we have to make sure, excuse me, that you're not a safety risk to yourself or others. What we try to do is to identify when someone's being, whether they're calling for information or we're screening someone, where can they best be suited to have us help them with their care needs? Just because you have memory loss doesn't mean you're going right into the memory care center. When you might need memory care, this is where I said some of the things are going to be duplicate to what maybe assisted living things are. Wandering becomes an issue. You're getting lost. You know, you're going outside to go to the mailbox and you don't end up going to the mailbox. You're found walking down the road. Step-by-step directions are required to complete daily tasks. This is where the caregiver ratio comes into play. One aide takes care of 8 residents during the day, and they're there so that those dressing and showering and bathing, we're going to give the step-by-step cues so that someone can be successful taking care of themselves. You're forgetting to take your medicines correctly, or you're taking more than you should. Because, wait a minute, I don't think I took my meds this morning. I'll take them again. You start to become isolated, withdrawing from usual interests and routine. The caregiver, whether it's a spouse or a child, is feeling more stressed and possibly themselves are having some medical issues because of being a caregiver. And you're having difficulty in planning your day, concentrating on things, finding words, keeping your medical appointments organized. These are the type of things that maybe I think I need to talk to somebody, or as a family member, I need to talk to a facility to help me figure out what to do. Paying for assisted living. Most assisted livings are paid for with private funds, long-term care insurance, and there's a VA benefit that's called aid in attendance that can be an option. This is, again, paying for it is probably one of the biggest questions we have, but along those lines, long-term care insurance, pull out those policies. Does your family member know you have a long-term care insurance policy? Where is it? We want to make sure that you're getting the benefit of any of that stuff that you have. How to make a move as smooth as possible. Have open discussions. These aren't easy discussions, but we can help prompt you along the way. And sometimes what we say as a Kingsway staff member is accepted more readily by your family member than if it's you trying to tell your mom and dad. I think we need to think about moving. You know, you're a little child in their eyes, so it may be better to ask for some help. Know that not everyone adjusts to the idea of a move easily, and it can take time. Along the same lines, there are regulatory pieces that are required to move to an assisted living. 2 things that are required by the Department of Health is a medical evaluation form that needs to be completed, along with a PPD, which is a TB skin test. And these things, we can provide the forms to your doctor and that type of thing. But it takes time. And if you plan ahead, it's going to go smoother. because it also isn't going to have you stressing in the midst of a crisis. A screening will take place to make sure that we have the residents in the proper level of care and that we can also safely care for them. And then know where your important documents are: insurance cards, advance directives, healthcare proxy, living will, MOLST, DNR, your power of attorney. You want to be able to make sure that your family member or your friend who's helping you can provide all of this documentation to the facility so that we know what your wishes are. Sometimes we talk about this presentation and say, oh my gosh, it's a lot of information all at once. This is never going to answer all your questions, but we hope it can give you a good guideline as to what we provide for, what assisted living might look at when you're looking at, applying, and also that we want to make it personable. We want to make it person-centered. You're not just a number coming through the door. You're a person who has a loving family, and we want to be part of your next chapter of care to make sure that you can enjoy your family and friends rather than them having to feel like they're the caregivers. So I hope this presentation helped. And again, if you have questions, I'm here. My phone number and email address is there. In addition to Katie, Katie's our senior living specialist, and she's a good resource as well.
Thanks, Anne-Marie, and thanks for sharing this. I've heard you do this presentation before, and I always learn something new and take away something new. And, I want to just speak to the point that we've done a lot of move-ins during this pandemic, and you and the team over at the Manor have gone above and beyond to do exactly what you said your goal is. And I shared this the other day with somebody. I think I shared it with you a long time ago when I started. You said that the goal of Kingsway Manor is to provide a little bit of joy every day to somebody. And I see that when I'm over there, and I can say congratulations, you've achieved that goal. Again, as Anne-Marie pointed out, our contact information is on the screen. We work closely together. You're welcome to call me. I can put you in touch with Anne-Marie if you need to be, vice versa. We're here to help you. And again, baby steps, I always say with this, it's a big decision to make, and we're happy to help it in any way. We wish you continued health, good health, and we look forward to hearing from you soon. Thank you very much.
Stay well.